Hi, Cancer. Happy birthday. Ooh, Cancer season. It's gonna be a good one. But let's leave the fact that Mars is now in your sign and that the moon is full in Scorpio, which results in a weak trine with Neptune in Pisces. Well, all right. What a great day to do your reading. Soon, Venus and Mercury will also move into your sign, and then the Sun. And then everybody wants to act like a Cancer. So your communication gets sharp. How sharp? Air sign sharp. You get all the exercise you need in cutting people to shreds starting early in June. Why? Mars. The Hanged Man. Mars. Ooh, you're going to use your words and your communication to move in ways in which you have been stuck and perhaps willfully stuck. Well, always willfully stuck. Cancers don't get stuck by other people. They get in their own nets. You weave your own net, Cancer. So, the Hangman and the Page of Swords looks like a sword to cut down the Hanged Man. And then we have here King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, very good. The Magician, 10 of Swords, and 6 of Wands. You're feeling very good, accomplished. Money is coming in. You're feeling flirtatious. You're feeling seductive. You're feeling like people really are out here checking for you. They want you. And there's also a few things that people are going to tell on themselves about. Mars in Cancer can't help but say how it feels. And if someone has a guilty conscience around you, they're going to tell you how they feel. And they're going to tell you what they did. And it's actually really good because I feel like you already kind of thought that there was something not right there. So it's fine. And you're able to, move on cleanly from whatever it is because it's spoken about now. So it's not a big deal. If you're dealing with a fire sign, that person is looking very important, coming in strong, related to money, has wealth, older fire sign, someone who's definitely trying to get you out of your rut. Your sex life is going through a bit of a spicy renewal. You know what I mean. Okay. Let's keep going. We can talk more about that in the extended. Yeah, so 10 of Swords. Well, the Magician is someone who does one thing and shows you another. Tells you one thing, is doing another. So yes, of course, 10 of Swords. But money is good, as we knew it would be, and in the ways where you need things to move forward, Page of Swords cuts down the Hangman and we can proceed. However, in some ways you get cut down from the Hangman and straight into the 10 of Swords energy because you're like, oh wait, I was hanging on for what? Oh, that? And that turned out to really be this? Not with it. For others of you, it's some obstacle that you've been facing from an older authority figure, and it has to do somehow tied with money. Like they won't let you move forward with your life because they're binding you, they're holding you back, and it has to do with money for them. They're afraid, they're afraid for their side. They don't feel like they can trust you. So it's mutual. In business, you may find that you're dealing with people who you can't really trust, and that's never a good feeling. But let's see, there's a bunch of good stuff that just fell out here. So Page of Cups and Strength. Okay, so there's that fire sign, Leo again. All right, Leo, showing up in the Gemini reading and the Cancer reading. Okay, we hear you. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. All right. We love that. Yeah, So Cancer, getting grounded, feeling all the feels, but also practically taking care of business. I like it. And then 8 of Cups to Ace of Cups. Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is right now that walks away from you is making so much big room, and you know it too, and you feel it, and I don't need to tell you. Like, you have so much just super strong energy attracted to you. If there's a Libra or a Pisces or another Cancer around, they are so drawn to you. Like, the cardinal signs are all over you right now. They, you know, King of Wands, Aries, like, they want you. And you may decide that you want all of them. There's a lot of people here. People telling the truth, people who are stuck, people who are not stuck, people who are serious, people who aren't serious. I'm not really sure where you are. You can be all of these people. You have a libido revolution going on. And as you should, you know, maybe you just got out of a relationship. Maybe you just got married. Maybe you just had a kid. Maybe you just found out that you're pregnant. But somehow your sexuality right now is becoming like this main focus where you're thinking about it a lot, and other people are thinking about you in that way a lot, regardless of if you're with someone or not. It's not that. It's not something you're doing. It's just this energy that you're emanating, which is great because it's pulling all sorts of things to you. Now you have to roll with the punches a little bit. Some of the stuff that is coming towards you is great, and some of it is, you know, because you have the North Node and Mercury and Venus, everything is pulling towards you. Like we talked about this before, where the tide pulls everything in. So it's time now to get that net. But last year we talked about the net and what we sift and how fine of a sieve it should be. This time the Page of Swords says, to hell with the net. Cut the net open. We realize that the sieve that we were using to keep things out is actually, you know, keeping us in. We don't want to be in this net anymore. And you cut yourself out of it. And of course, when you come out into, you know, the wild ocean, no, you're not going to like everything you see, but who does? You know, it wouldn't be Cancer season if people weren't walking around really in their feels about stuff that they've karmically figured out. That's the other thing. You've got to let people get in their Cancerian feels and not take it personally when they also do it to you, because you have to realize they're not used to this. If there's any season that I feel that people are genuinely legit afraid of, I think it's Cancer season. I think people feel Cancer season coming on. They feel their bad mistakes coming on, their irrational behavior, their erratic, you know, words and the fighting and everything. Everyone knows what that time of year is like. Everyone knows the energy at a barbecue where instead of cooling down, it's getting hotter as it gets later at night, and people have been drinking a little bit more. And Gemini season is the party. The party is like raging. Cancer season is the after party. And if you know anything about an after party is where everything happens, where all the cool shit happens, but it's also like much more hardcore. So by the time we get to your season, it's really hardcore and you're pulling everything in. And unlike last year, you don't need a sieve. You're like, no, I want all of this. I feel abundant. I feel ready. And I realize that it's not worth, you know, caging myself, netting myself. Come on, let's do this. So of course, then yeah, you got to roll with it a little. 10 of Swords, all right, but 6 of Wands, boom, keep it moving, right? Page of Cups, of course, people are, you know, everywhere you look, people are going to be like, hey, you wanna maybe, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what have you been up to? Hey, are you up? Hey, I love your new selfie. Hey, oh my God, did you get bangs? And then Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups. So you gain so much, you continue to gain so much, you continue to grow up so much, mature in really important ways emotionally, in ways that people are always telling you you're not mature. The 8 of Cups also is like the 10 of Swords. It's like, meh. A lot of what Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer will be doing right now is trying to navigate. Because what I was telling Gemini is that what's going on with you guys with Mercury and Venus there, So Mercury and Venus here, and then the sun, and Saturn and Pluto here, and then also the North Node and the South Node. And so late June, we get squeezed. Now, the thing about Cancer, Capricorn is they're being held, you know, by this force away from each other and towards each other, and they're doing the twisting. So great, it's better to be doing the twisting than getting twisted. But the rest of the zodiac is getting twisted. And, you know, and Aries, Libra are going to pay for it. They have some big stuff coming up this month. You as well, but it's different. You are being pulled into new states of maturity. How could you not, with Saturn there pulling so much, like willing you into a place of like, no, we're going to grow past this. We aren't what people tell us we are. Like no, you can't define me. I define me, right? And that may be a theme that comes up even at work, even in your creative life. Someone who's pushing for you to be a bit more like this, or like, no, I do that for me. I define me. And then we have the Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups. So big watery opportunities. Probably after you leave some opportunities that you really didn't want to take anyway because it was already stressing you out. What? Just because it's a good opportunity doesn't mean you have to take it. If it's stressing you out, it's stressing you out. There's a reason. You are the sign that needs to constantly and consistently listen to their intuition and not try to make excuses for why you listen to it or what it told you or what you think maybe this time you're going to listen to it for this reason or that reason. No, you listen to it all the time, every time, because you are an intuitive sign. If you back away from that relationship with your intuition, you will get talked into what people think this world is, but you already know what it is. Your intuition is always letting you know. Cancerians know that time isn't real. Your intuition is always telling you stuff way before it happens. You know that linear time is a joke, that it doesn't exist. You know, physics doesn't have to tell you that, even though it could. Use your instincts. Step outside of this, you know, dimension of time and look at things for what they really are. And it will become so much clearer to you why certain things are leaving to make room for other things, why you have to just move away from certain things, why you should run towards other things. It's, you will intuitively be guided on this road of energy, on this thread of energy between you and Capricorn. You'll be guided into a really grown up state that comes with grown up opportunities. Good ones too. Good ones. Really good ones. The winds continue. I'm interested in this Leo character. What's going on here? Little fire entering the life. Let us see. Okay, well, we'll take a look. And if the fire energy is someone that you're not messing with at all, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this person's showing up in the reading, it's obvious that there's been some pain between you guys. And that person is going to try to come back. So, you know, if there's a season to have emotionally toxic sexual mistakes, this would be it. All right. So happy early birthday, happy early Cancer season. I can't believe we're already here. When I tell you that you are a magnet, it is an understatement. But again, you are a magnet for everything. But I would like to point out here, you want the net cut. You want everything to come to you because you feel good. You feel confident. You feel North Node beautiful, and you can take it. And so halfway through the month, when, you know, the waves are really hitting, remember that you can take it. Remember, you are the moon. You can take it. You can take the tides. You make the tides. You wave the tides. So it doesn't matter if the tides wave you. Hey. All right, Cancer, love you. See you in a moment. Let's look at these cards. The extended guided meditation for Gemini season. All of that will be below. Hi, Cancer. All right, let's take a look. A lot of this looks to me like internal work. What's new? But your tendencies are magnified in your season. So first, let's get to the beginning of the month. Let's go through it again, right? Everything's just a little testy right now. Mars in Cancer is a latent, aggressive energy. Can creep up on you. And then all of a sudden you're blowing up at people. So, beginning of the month, Gemini season. We walk into June feeling pretty good. Gemini season does as well. But it is going to show you where you're stuck. The speed of Gemini makes it hard to not notice if you're standing still. You have an authoritative figure in your life that wants to help you, especially when it comes to money. You have a fire sign in your life that has a lot of money. Those are the two things. Either way, your emotional intelligence and your money go through a deep transformation. You get all the precursors in the beginning of June, and by the end of June, we're really getting into it. There is money here, there is advancement, but it has to do with innovation. It has to do with originality. It has to do with what you can think up, what you can conjure, and where do you lack the ability to make creative decisions for your best interest, for your future, for your business. Where do you feel not enough so you can't tap into this magician energy and make the most of some personal projects? Right now, the way Saturn is across from you, if you're going to have more money coming in, it's going to be because you're going out of your way to delve into that creative vastness that you have access to and coming up with a couple of new streams of income. What keeps you from that? Do you feel like you're not worth that? Do you feel like because of other people lying to you, you don't have the motivation or the energy? Well, mid-June, you feel like you do, and you're still revving off of that Gemini season. You have people really attracted to you the whole way through, this Leo especially, offering you love, coming to you with offers of love. This earth sign here, this fellow water sign here. And yet it also looks like you're trying to leave all of the love stuff behind for a minute. Maybe this Ace of Cups for you isn't really about love at all. Maybe the biggest opportunity you could receive right now for your heart really doesn't have anything to do with love, and instead it has to do with self-knowledge, knowing yourself better, insight into oneself, growing your business, taking care of your health, all of that stuff. Maybe the true Ace of Cups that you're looking for, you can only find when you leave these people behind who are trying to get to you. Maybe your Ace of Cups is very much a Cancerian one, which is one of solitude, but it's a productive, healthy, loving solitude, right? And then the Justice card, the Fool, and the Moon. Okay, Libra, another Cancer or a Pisces. And then you have that full moon on the 17th, I think. By the time we get there, you're going to know some stuff that you probably didn't want to know. Some stuff that might have you running to a court. Some stuff that might get legal and at the very least will get pretty vicious. You have a choice in how you respond, of course. Obviously, the best choice being given here is just letting it go and moving along. But also the Fool, remember, can be about lying. So if you feel like you have a Libra in your life who has really not been telling you the truth, the Moon reveals all mid-month about the situation. And you are given the opportunity to walk away cleanly with your dignity intact, or what's left of it. In the extended, that fire sign is really trying to communicate, and they feel pretty pained by your response. I don't think they understand that you want to handle business and work, and like we said last month, mind your own business instead of be confused with a lot of nonsense. Here, did you see it? Nonsense. You know what we call this card. What do we call this card, Cancer? But that is all extended tings. Oh, we've been having a lot of fun with the extendeds. We clarify on the clarifiers when it gets like, when the tea is hot. It's fun. All right, Cancer, like I told Gemini, I'll just give you my little 30-second deal here. First of all, I love you. Second of all, happy birthday. I'm so happy that your season is on its way. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be putting the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number up. I'm going to find some international numbers as well. And I'll be posting them below from now on in the videos. I'm actually thinking of creating a little slide so they come on at the end of the video and you can see them on the screen. But just know they'll be in the info box below. And I think as a community, it is our responsibility to let each other know that we're not alone. You're not alone. You are loved by so many who've never even met you. Just remember that. And there are resources out there if you don't feel well. There are numbers you can call. There are people you can speak to at any time. And so if you need that resource, please don't hesitate or feel ashamed or feel like you can't. As a Cancer rising, trust me when I tell you, sometimes all you need to do is say it out loud. All right? So that number will be below. If you know anyone who you think needs it, send it to them. But also, I love you. Happy birthday. It's going to be a glorious season. Realize that Saturn coming home to Capricorn now means it's time for Cancer to grow up. And it's time for Capricorn to finally follow their heart. And so this is the exchange now that we're going through. And we will find our way through. With much help and much joy. Remember that. All right, loves you. Bye. I'll see you in the extended in just a second, and everything else is below.